Hey, what's up, y'all? Hope y'all having a great day. Hope y'all enjoying y'all day today. Almost near the end of the week. So much in life that we are so busy with. Sometimes we get a whole lot of responsibilities that come upon us as we go through life. So many responsibilities. We may have families. We may have friends, or we have children that we have to take care of, and sometimes we don't take time for ourselves, and that's a huge issue I've seen. The older I get, and the more responsibilities I get, and the more responsibilities I see that other people have, I tell people to take time for themselves, because sometimes we can drain ourselves out or deplete ourselves out of energy, to do things, and we don't give things 100%, because we always say yes to everything. Every time somebody asks us to do something, we say yeah because we want to be kind to people, And I'm doing this video because it's all right to say no sometimes, when you feel like you're tired and you're drained out, and you feel like people just ask you to do things back to back. And sometimes it's good to say, no, I got to take time for myself, and that's the hardest thing that people have to do. Some people, it's hard for them to say no to a lot of things because they feel like they're obligated to do things, especially if a person has done something for you and you feel like you have to do something back. That's why I try my hardest, honestly, not to owe anybody anything, owe anybody anything in life, because a lot of people feel like you're obligated to owe them back. That's just their personality, But I'm the type of person, if I do something for you, it's from the kindness of my heart. You don't have to pay me back in any way, shape, or form. And a lot of people, they don't take it that way, I should say. But take time for yourself sometimes. You don't always have to jump to every thing that people ask of you. It's just sometimes you get you get burned out. That's the word. I kept saying drained out, but you get burned out because of people's requests of you, And sometimes it's good to say no, because you're human, You're not a robot. Excuse my nose this morning. I don't know why it's so stuffy, but it's okay. It's okay to say no sometimes, because you have to take time for yourself. You have to rejuvenate. Sometimes when you just going back to back, you don't rest, as far as health is concerned. That's the main thing, is that you take time for yourself to rest, for yourself and for your body to rejuvenate, because sometimes we end up having health problems because we just going, and we don't take time to think mentally as well and physically. I know a lot of stars, celebrities, they burn out, and a lot of them eventually pass away suddenly because they didn't take care of themselves, wanting to please the fans, wanting to please this person, that person, please their managers, and they don't take time to hang out with their family or just be a normal person, And sometimes, and I always thought to myself, I don't want to be like real famous because that could happen. That could happen where, you just burn out because, everybody is using you for something because you're famous, And so, yeah, take time for yourself. Take time for yourself to rest your body, rest your soul, rest your soul. A lot of people has passed away because they didn't take time for themselves. It's a very serious thing. Very serious thing. I'm learning that now in life. Sometimes you just gotta take time for yourself. I'm out for the summer, and I'm planning on, next month, July. I gotta take time for myself because, being in school, the school system, you can burn out because you're dealing with students, you're dealing with co-workers, you're dealing with all types of things every single day of the school year. And so, just take time for yourself. Don't burn yourself out. Don't burn yourself out because, you got people to live for at the same time. You got people, you got a life to live. You got a purpose in life, and you just don't want to burn yourself out because of those things. Just take the rest that you need. If they got to be a whole day, it got to be a whole day, for you to really rejuvenate your body and your mind. If you got to take a whole week just to go away, do that. Like I said, I'm planning on doing that. Hopefully I can do that next month, do a little getaway, me and my wife, and really, go somewhere and enjoy life, Like right now, I'm taking time for myself physically, taking a little walk to, rejuvenate myself. Really feel the sun, get the energy from the sun in order for things to really move in my body, really rejuvenate my body. And it's good to get the energy from the sun, some people do grounding where they take off their shoes and walk. And, that's the thing a lot of people do as well, a practice people do as well. And so, again, appreciate y'all for watching. Remember to take time for yourself. Don't be afraid to say no sometimes. I'm learning that. Don't be afraid to say no. And again, appreciate y'all for watching. And take that rest. All right, peace.